When you are in a situation where someone doesn't reach out, it can be easy to feel overlooked, neglected, or undervalued. However, this is the moment when you must remind yourself that your worth is not determined by anyone else's actions, words, or decisions. Your value is inherent, and it does not depend on the attention or approval of others. Too often we look to external sources for validation, but the truth is that validation must start from within. If you find yourself waiting for someone to recognize your value, you are inadvertently giving your power away. The moment you rely on others to validate your worth is the moment you stop owning your life and begin living according to someone else's standards. Understanding your worth begins with a deep and unwavering belief in yourself. It's about knowing that you are enough, just as you are, regardless of what anyone else thinks or does. No one has the power to dictate how valuable you are, only you do. There's an undeniable strength in this realization, because once you internalize the truth of your worth, you free yourself from the need for external affirmation. You no longer wait for someone to prove your value, and you certainly don't need anyone's permission to be who you are or to pursue the life you desire. When someone doesn't reach out, it's an opportunity to practice this very mindset. Instead of focusing on why they haven't contacted you or how you feel about their absence, take this moment to check in with yourself. Ask yourself, do I feel complete with or without this person's attention? You may be surprised at how empowering this simple question can be. It reveals the strength that lies within you and reminds you that you are whole and complete without anyone else's involvement. Your personal journey is yours alone, and your self-worth cannot be dictated by anyone else's actions. If you constantly look outside of yourself for validation, you set yourself up for disappointment. People will come and go, and the nature of human relationships is such that they are fluid and unpredictable. The people who are present in your life today may not be there tomorrow, and that is not a reflection of your worth. It's simply part of the natural ebb and flow of relationships. Understanding this allows you to shift your focus from seeking external approval to developing internal strength. When you realize that your worth is constant, you become less attached to the idea of someone else needing to acknowledge it. The journey to self-worth involves becoming your own biggest supporter. You must learn to recognize and celebrate your own achievements, strengths, and qualities. Take a moment to reflect on everything you've accomplished in your life so far, big or small. Each step forward, each victory, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is evidence of your strength and capability. When you begin to see yourself through a lens of appreciation and respect, you will no longer feel the need to seek approval from others. Your worth is a result of your own actions, decisions, and the way you carry yourself in the world. You define who you are, and that is more than enough. This realization should not just be a fleeting thought, but a way of life. It's about making a consistent effort to honor yourself, to trust your judgment, and to value your time and energy. The people around you may come and go, but your worth remains constant. There is no greater validation than the peace of mind that comes from knowing who you are and standing confidently in that truth. You do not need anyone's permission to be yourself, to follow your passions, or to pursue your dreams. Your life is your own, and it is up to you to create the narrative that reflects your true value. In moments when someone doesn't reach out, shift your perspective from feeling rejected to feeling empowered. This is the universe's way of reminding you that you are enough with or without anyone else's attention. It is a reminder that your life is a reflection of your own choices, and that includes how you respond to the absence of others. Instead of letting the silence discourage you, let it serve as an opportunity for you to step into your own power and to focus on nurturing your own growth. Reclaim your time and energy and invest it in activities that align with your personal goals and aspirations. As you do so, you'll realize that the more you invest in yourself, the less you will be concerned with seeking validation from others. You'll recognize that the greatest form of validation comes from the quiet confidence of knowing who you are and what you bring to the world. The idea of self-love is often misunderstood. It's not simply about feeling good or indulging in fleeting pleasures, but about developing a deep, unshakable respect and compassion for yourself. True self-love is about honoring your own needs, your emotions, and your well-being without seeking approval from others. When someone doesn't reach out, It's a direct opportunity to practice this kind of self-love, where you choose to focus on nourishing your soul, body, and mind rather than feeling rejected or unworthy. It's about choosing yourself in moments of silence and uncertainty, trusting that your worth is not dependent on someone else's actions. Self-love begins when you stop seeking validation from external sources and start validating yourself. It's easy to fall into the trap of waiting for someone else's approval, especially if you've been conditioned to believe that your value is tied to the way others perceive you. But when you rely on others to make you feel good about yourself, you hand over control of your life. This can lead to a never-ending cycle of seeking attention and approval from people who may not even see or appreciate your true value. The problem is that their approval isn't permanent. It can be fleeting, conditional, and unreliable. If you attach your sense of worth to how others perceive you, you become vulnerable to disappointment and heartbreak. The truth is, no one can love you in the way you can love yourself. You are the only person who will be with you through every single experience, every triumph, and every failure. Learning to love yourself means embracing both your strengths and weaknesses with compassion. It means acknowledging your imperfections and choosing to see them as opportunities for growth, not as flaws that make you unworthy of love. Self-love involves taking responsibility for your own happiness and understanding that no one else is obligated to provide it for you. This is where personal growth plays a pivotal role. When you begin to invest in yourself, you create an environment where self-love can flourish. You start taking care of your body through healthy habits, giving your mind the nourishment it needs through positive thoughts, and feeding your soul with things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Self-love means giving yourself the space to heal when necessary and to celebrate your victories, no matter how small. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of your own time, effort, and care. As you embrace self-love, you also begin to build the kind of resilience that helps you navigate difficult moments, like when someone doesn't reach out. Instead of interpreting their silence as a reflection of your worth, you choose to see it as an opportunity to strengthen your relationship with yourself. In this space, you understand that their actions are not a reflection of your value. They are simply part of life's ebb and flow. You don't need anyone's attention to validate your existence. When you practice self-love, you start to see the truth you are enough with or without anyone else's affection or attention. True self-love also involves setting boundaries that protect your energy and mental well-being. It's about choosing to invest in relationships that are reciprocal and uplifting, while stepping away from those that drain or diminish you. Self-love means having the courage to say no when necessary, to honor your needs, and to prioritize your own happiness. It's about recognizing that while relationships with others can enrich your life, they should never define your sense of self-worth. Your happiness and emotional well-being are your responsibility, and it's your right to ensure that you are surrounded by people who appreciate and respect you for who you truly are. When you embrace this mindset of self-love, you will stop measuring your value by how often or how intensely someone reaches out to you. Instead, you'll begin to recognize that your worth is intrinsic, not based on external validation. Your self-worth is determined by your thoughts, your actions, and the way you show up for yourself every day. It is rooted in the way you love yourself, care for yourself, and make decisions that are in alignment with your highest good. Moreover, self-love nurtures a profound sense of independence. When you understand that your happiness does not depend on the actions of others, you free yourself from the chains of people pleasing and approval seeking. This freedom allows you to pursue your own path, make your own choices, and build a life that is entirely of your own design. You stop waiting for others to define your worth and instead begin to define yourself by your own standards. This deep connection with self-love builds an inner strength that allows you to rise above external circumstances. When you practice self-love, you naturally begin to attract people who value you for who you truly are. You radiate confidence, independence, and self-respect, which are qualities that others cannot help but admire. And in the process, you become the person who no longer waits for anyone to reach out to validate your worth. You've already done that work for yourself. Focusing inward is one of the most transformative shifts you can make in your life. It's all too easy to get distracted by the actions of others, to constantly check for signs of affirmation, or to become obsessed with the need for external validation. We live in a world where everyone is bombarded with opinions, judgments, and the constant noise of social media. But when you turn your focus inward, you begin to tap into the true power of your thoughts, emotions, and energy. Instead of waiting for someone else to initiate contact or validate your worth, you start investing in yourself, knowing that your personal growth, happiness, and success are all in your hands. When you make the decision to focus inward, you stop giving away your emotional energy to external circumstances. You stop being swayed by the approval or disapproval of others, and instead, you redirect your attention to the most important person in your life, yourself. This shift in focus is not about being selfish in a negative way, rather. It's about taking responsibility for your own happiness, growth, and well-being. It's about making the conscious choice to prioritize your own needs, desires, and goals. The beauty of focusing inward is that it gives you the opportunity to work on what truly matters, your personal development. When you stop looking outside of yourself for answers and validation, you begin to develop the ability to solve problems from within. You become the source of your own motivation and strength. Instead of waiting for someone to give you direction or approval, you trust in your own ability to make decisions and take action. This level of self-reliance is empowering because it removes the dependency on others and places the power squarely in your hands. By focusing inward, you also have the chance to truly get to know yourself. The noise of the world can cloud your judgment and drown out your inner voice. But when you take the time to silence the distractions and reflect on who you really are, you gain clarity. You start to recognize your strengths, talents, passions, and purpose. These are the things that make you unique and powerful, and they are yours to cultivate and develop. The more you focus inward, the more you understand the direction you need to go in, the goals you need to set, and the life you want to create. Self-reflection is a critical component of focusing inward. It's not just about examining your actions, but also about understanding your emotions and thought patterns. By taking time to reflect on your experiences, you gain insight into why you feel the way you do and what influences those emotions. This deeper awareness allows you to make conscious choices about how to respond to situations rather than reacting impulsively. The more you understand your own emotional landscape, the better you can manage your feelings and prevent them from controlling your actions. This kind of emotional intelligence is key to living a life that is grounded in stability, peace, and purpose. Another key benefit of focusing inward is that it helps you to grow without the need for constant external approval. In a world that often rewards outward appearances, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters: internal growth and fulfillment. When you stop looking to others for validation, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of trying to please people. Instead of chasing external recognition, you focus on what brings you genuine happiness and satisfaction. This internal focus allows you to grow in ways that align with your true self, rather than conforming to the expectations or desires of others. When you choose to focus inward, you also create the space for deep healing. Life can sometimes leave scars, emotional wounds that require attention and care. By focusing on yourself, you acknowledge these wounds and take the time to heal them. Healing doesn't happen when you're constantly looking outside yourself for answers. It requires you to sit with your feelings, process your emotions, and allow yourself to grow beyond the pain. It's through this inward focus that you are able to heal, forgive, and move forward. Additionally, focusing inward allows you to cultivate a sense of peace and contentment that comes from within, rather than relying on external circumstances. You may not be able to control what others do or say, but you can always control how you respond. When you focus inward, you develop the ability to stay calm and centered no matter what challenges or disruptions come your way. This inner peace is the foundation for resilience. It enables you to bounce back from adversity with a sense of calm confidence, knowing that you have the strength to handle whatever life throws at you. Moreover, as you grow in this inward focus, you begin to recognize that everything you need to thrive is already within you. The power to create the life you desire, to pursue your dreams, and to manifest your goals is not found outside of you, but within. When you focus on developing yourself, your skills, your mindset, your emotional intelligence, you begin to attract opportunities that align with your personal growth. You start to see the world through a new lens, where challenges become stepping stones and every obstacle holds a lesson. When you invest in your growth by focusing inward, you start to create a life that is truly your own. You no longer wait for someone to give you permission to succeed or to make a change. You take the reins of your own destiny, knowing that the power to shape your future lies within you. It's a radical shift in how you approach life, one that brings you closer to your true potential and the life you are meant to lead. The more you focus on your growth, the more you begin to see the endless possibilities that exist within you. You become your own greatest ally, and in doing so, you create a life that is not dependent on anyone else's actions or decisions. When you focus on investing in your personal growth, you are making a deliberate choice to prioritize the most important asset in your life, you. The idea of investing in yourself goes far beyond the surface level of just acquiring new skills or gaining knowledge. It is about shaping and enhancing the person you are at the core. Your growth isn't just about what you can achieve in the external world, but also about transforming how you see yourself, how you approach life, and how you align with your values, beliefs, and dreams. Personal growth is an ongoing process that requires commitment, introspection, and dedication to becoming the best version of yourself. To invest in yourself means to dedicate time and energy into nurturing your mind, body, and soul. It means recognizing that the most important relationship in your life is the one you have with yourself, and it deserves to be prioritized. By intentionally carving out space for self-improvement, you're not only shaping your future, but also transforming your present reality. Every step of growth you take ripples out, influencing the way you interact with the world, the decisions you make, and the energy you project. Investing in your personal growth can look different for everyone, but it all starts with a deep commitment to self-awareness. It's about recognizing where you are now and where you want to go. Self-awareness is the first step toward transformation. Without knowing where you stand, it's impossible to know what changes need to be made. Taking time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors helps you identify areas in your life that may need more focus or attention. You might discover patterns that no longer serve you or beliefs that limit your potential. By identifying these elements, you create the space to replace them with healthier, more empowering habits and thoughts. Self-awareness also requires being honest with yourself. It's not about sugarcoating your shortcomings or pretending that you have it all together. It's about embracing the reality of where you are without judgment. You must acknowledge your strengths and your weaknesses in an objective manner. Only then can you make the conscious choice to improve, grow, and move forward. This level of self-honesty is vital in your journey toward personal development. It requires you to step into your own truth, regardless of how difficult it may seem. As you confront your fears and insecurities head on, you'll realize that they no longer have the power to hold you back. Another powerful way to invest in yourself is by developing new skills and expanding your knowledge. We are constantly evolving beings, and the world around us is always changing. To remain relevant and prepared for what's to come, you must commit to learning and growing continuously, whether it's through formal education, self-directed learning, or hands-on experiences. Each new skill you acquire strengthens your ability to navigate life's challenges. Investing in your education broadens your horizons, opens new opportunities, and builds your confidence. It also helps you stay adaptable in an ever-changing world, ensuring that you are equipped to face whatever obstacles arise. However, personal growth is not solely about intellectual development. It also involves taking care of your physical and emotional well-being. True growth happens when you nurture your body, mind, and spirit as one. Physical health is the foundation of everything else. If you don't take care of your body, it's difficult to perform at your best in any area of life. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest are not just habits, they are investments in your future. The better you feel physically, the more energy and clarity you have to pursue your goals, solve problems, and deal with challenges. Emotional growth is just as crucial. The way you manage your emotions impacts every area of your life. Emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage your emotions, can determine how successful you are in your relationships, your career, and even in your personal happiness. To invest in emotional growth, you must learn how to cultivate a positive mindset, develop healthy coping mechanisms, and practice resilience. It's not about avoiding pain or challenges, but rather about learning how to handle them effectively and move through life with emotional strength and maturity. Investing in your growth also involves developing a mindset that embraces change and seeks out new opportunities. Personal growth is a lifelong journey, and to grow, you must remain open to change. This might mean stepping out of your comfort zone, taking risks, or challenging yourself to do things you've never done before. Change is often uncomfortable, but it is in those moments of discomfort that growth happens. When you embrace change, you give yourself the chance to evolve, adapt, and experience life in new and exciting ways. Additionally, a crucial part of investing in yourself is surrounding yourself with people who support and encourage your growth. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping who you become. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, doubt, or people who don't believe in your potential, it will be harder for you to thrive. On the other hand, when you align yourself with individuals who uplift you, challenge you, and share similar values, you set yourself up for success. Positive relationships create a nurturing environment where growth is supported, and you can draw strength and inspiration from those around you. Time is also one of the most valuable investments you can make in yourself. We often think of time as a limited resource, but in reality, time is one of the few things that can truly be used to create lasting change. When you commit to investing your time wisely, whether it's by learning, reflecting, or pursuing your goals, you are building the foundation for your future success. The time you spend on yourself is never wasted. Every minute invested in your personal growth has the potential to multiply, creating a better, more fulfilling life in the long run. Lastly, the commitment to personal growth requires patience. Growth is not always immediate, and you will face setbacks along the way. But remember that growth is a process, not a destination. Each day that you continue to invest in yourself is a step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Personal growth requires a deep level of patience, consistency, and faith in the process. The small, consistent actions you take today will build the foundation for the life you desire tomorrow. When you choose to invest in your own growth, you are also deciding to take full responsibility for your life and your circumstances. Often people find themselves waiting for external forces to change their situation. They wait for someone to reach out, for the perfect opportunity to present itself, or for the right moment to take action. However, true empowerment comes from the realization that you have the ability to shape your own future. It's about stepping into the driver's seat of your own life and making decisions that align with your values, vision, and potential. Taking responsibility for your growth means understanding that your actions, thoughts, and decisions have a profound impact on the course of your life. Instead of blaming circumstances or other people for where you are, you acknowledge that you hold the power to create change. This can be a difficult realization for many, especially when life doesn't seem to be going the way they hoped. But in every challenge, there is an opportunity to grow, and in every setback, there is a lesson to be learned. By taking ownership of your growth, you accept the responsibility to learn from your mistakes, correct your course, and continue moving forward no matter what obstacles come your way. Taking responsibility also means letting go of the tendency to wait for permission. Often people feel like they need someone else to approve their ideas, goals, or decisions. They feel as if they need to be validated by external sources before they can take action. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to pursue your growth or your dreams. You are the only one who can give yourself the freedom to move forward. When you stop waiting for others to tell you that it's okay to chase your goals or improve yourself, you unlock your own potential. You realize that the power to create the life you desire lies within you, and only you can take the first step toward it. This sense of responsibility extends to how you manage your time and energy. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have, and how you spend it directly impacts your personal growth. When you take full responsibility for your growth, you begin to understand that every minute you spend is an investment in your future. If you waste your time on things that don't align with your values or goals, you are robbing yourself of the opportunity to grow. Similarly, how you spend your energy is equally important. If you continually invest your energy in people or activities that drain you, you limit your ability to move forward. Taking responsibility means being mindful of where you invest your time and energy, and ensuring that it aligns with your purpose and growth. One of the most significant areas where responsibility plays a key role is in your mindset. Your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. If you have a mindset that is focused on negativity, scarcity, and self-doubt, your actions will reflect that. On the other hand, when you take responsibility for your mindset and consciously choose to adopt an attitude of abundance, positivity, and confidence, you create a foundation for success. This shift in thinking doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with the realization that you are in control of how you perceive the world and your place in it. By taking responsibility for your mindset, you set the stage for personal growth that is grounded in a positive outlook on life. Another powerful aspect of taking responsibility for your growth is that it frees you from the trap of victimhood. When you constantly see yourself as a victim of circumstances, you give away your power. You place the blame on external factors, and in doing so, you rob yourself of the ability to change. Victimhood keeps you stuck in a cycle of helplessness, where you believe that nothing can be done to improve your situation. But when you take responsibility, you empower yourself to take action. You no longer see challenges as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. You begin to realize that you have the power to change your mindset, your habits, and your life, regardless of the circumstances you face. Taking responsibility also involves making intentional decisions that align with your long-term goals. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of daily life and react to whatever comes your way. However, personal growth requires a proactive approach. It's about setting clear goals, developing a plan, and taking consistent action toward those goals. Every decision you make should be a reflection of the life you are building. If you make decisions based on temporary satisfaction or external pressure, you will find yourself drifting further from your true desires. But when you take responsibility for your growth, you make decisions that are aligned with your purpose, values, and vision for the future. The journey of taking responsibility is also about developing self-discipline. It's about creating habits that support your growth and sticking with them, even when it's difficult. Discipline is not something that happens automatically. It's something you have to build and cultivate over time. It requires consistency, patience, and the willingness to do what needs to be done, even when it's uncomfortable. The more you develop self-discipline, the easier it becomes to take responsibility for your actions and decisions. You start to realize that growth doesn't come from grand gestures or sudden breakthroughs, but from the small, consistent steps you take every day. Furthermore, taking responsibility for your growth means that you take full ownership of your past experiences and learn from them. Everyone has a history filled with successes, failures, and lessons. But it's how you choose to interpret and learn from those experiences that shapes your future. When you take responsibility, you stop using the past as an excuse for your present limitations. Instead, you use it as a stepping stone for growth. You acknowledge your mistakes, take accountability for your actions, and choose to move forward with the knowledge gained from your experiences. This is a powerful practice because it shifts your perspective from being a passive observer of your life to an active participant in your personal growth. Taking responsibility for your growth also means being accountable to yourself. No one else is going to hold you accountable for your progress unless you make the choice to do so. This self-accountability is a crucial part of taking charge of your life. It requires honesty, integrity, and the willingness to stay true to your word. If you set a goal for yourself, it's up to you to take the necessary steps to achieve it. If you fall off track, it's your responsibility to get back on course. When you are accountable to yourself, you honor your commitments, keep your promises, and maintain the momentum required for growth. Ultimately, when you take responsibility for your growth, you embrace the power to change, to evolve, and to create a life that aligns with your true potential. It's about moving beyond external circumstances and recognizing that your future is determined by the actions you take today. Taking responsibility empowers you to create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. When you choose to invest in your own growth, you are making a conscious decision to build resilience in your life. Life is full of challenges and adversities, and without resilience, these challenges can often overwhelm us. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain or hardship. It's about learning how to face difficult circumstances head-on and emerge from them stronger and more capable. The process of personal growth involves building the internal strength to withstand life storms, to adapt when things don't go as planned, and to continue moving forward, even when the road is tough. To build resilience, it's important to understand that it doesn't happen overnight. Resilience is cultivated over time through consistent effort and a willingness to embrace discomfort. It starts with a mindset that refuses to accept defeat and sees every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Instead of becoming paralyzed by fear or uncertainty, resilient individuals choose to face difficulties with courage, knowing that they have the ability to navigate through them. This shift in mindset is fundamental to developing resilience. Rather than seeing setbacks as insurmountable obstacles, resilient people view them as temporary hurdles that can be overcome with the right mindset, tools, and strategies. Personal growth is a crucial part of building this type of resilience. When you invest in yourself, whether through learning new skills, building emotional intelligence, or improving your physical health, you increase your capacity to handle life's difficulties. Each new skill you acquire, each new habit you adopt strengthens your ability to cope with adversity. Personal growth provides you with a toolkit of strategies, perspectives, and coping mechanisms that help you manage stress, stay grounded, and make sound decisions in the face of uncertainty. This toolkit not only makes you more capable in difficult situations, but also boosts your self-confidence, knowing that you have the internal resources to handle whatever comes your way. Resilience also comes from the ability to adapt to change. Life is constantly evolving, and one of the greatest challenges people face is adjusting to new circumstances. Whether it's a shift in your personal life, a change in your career, or an unexpected event, change can be disorienting and stressful. However, when you commit to personal growth, you develop the flexibility needed to adapt to these changes. Rather than clinging to what is familiar or resisting change, resilient individuals embrace it as a necessary part of their journey. They understand that life is not static, and the ability to adapt to new situations is a crucial component of personal success. Building resilience also involves learning how to manage your emotions effectively. Emotional regulation is a key aspect of personal growth and resilience. When you face challenges, it's easy to become overwhelmed by negative emotions such as anger, frustration, or sadness. However, resilient individuals are able to manage these emotions in a way that allows them to think clearly and make rational decisions. Emotional intelligence, which includes self-awareness, self-regulation, and empathy, enables you to maintain your composure during difficult situations. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions, but rather understanding them and learning how to express them in healthy, productive ways. By developing emotional intelligence, you enhance your ability to respond to challenges without being controlled by your feelings. Another important element of resilience is the ability to maintain a sense of purpose. When you face adversity, it's easy to lose sight of your goals and feel hopeless. However, those who are committed to personal growth understand that a clear sense of purpose can provide a source of strength in difficult times. Having a purpose gives you something to strive toward, even when the going gets tough. It serves as a guiding light that helps you stay focused and motivated even when obstacles seem insurmountable. When you are committed to your personal development, you are not just working toward external goals, you are also cultivating an inner sense of purpose that helps you persevere when challenges arise. Equally important in building resilience is learning to be patient with yourself. Personal growth is not a linear process. There will be times when progress feels slow or when setbacks seem to derail your efforts. In these moments, resilience requires patience and the understanding that growth takes time. You will not become the person you want to be overnight, and there will be challenges along the way. But instead of becoming discouraged, resilient individuals embrace these moments of difficulty as part of the process. They understand that setbacks are a natural part of the journey and that each challenge offers an opportunity for growth and learning. By being patient with yourself, you give yourself the grace to stumble and the courage to keep moving forward. Furthermore, resilience is deeply tied to a person's ability to maintain hope and optimism. When faced with adversity, it's easy to become negative and start doubting your ability to succeed. But those who invest in their growth understand the power of a positive mindset. They choose to focus on the possibilities rather than the limitations. Even in the face of hardship, they maintain a belief that things will improve and that they have the ability to overcome whatever obstacles are in their path. This sense of hope provides the emotional fuel needed to continue pushing forward, even when things seem bleak. Resilience is often rooted in the belief that no matter how difficult the situation may be, there is always a way through it. The role of community in building resilience cannot be understated. While personal growth is an individual journey, it is also important to remember that resilience is not built in isolation. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network of people who encourage and uplift you is vital. A strong community provides emotional support, perspective, and guidance when you face challenges. Whether it's friends, family, mentors, or colleagues, having people who believe in you and offer their help can make all the difference in building your resilience. These individuals can provide a sense of security and remind you that you are not alone, even in the most difficult times. Ultimately, resilience is not about being invincible or never feeling overwhelmed. It's about how you respond to challenges, how quickly you bounce back, and how you continue to grow through adversity. When you choose to invest in your personal growth, you are actively strengthening your ability to handle life's difficulties. Each time you face a challenge and continue moving forward, you build resilience, not only for the next obstacle, but also for the rest of your life. The more you develop this inner strength, the more confident you become in your ability to overcome anything life throws your way. Resilience is not something you are born with. It is something you create one step at a time through consistent effort, growth, and belief in your own strength. When you make the decision to focus on your own growth, you begin to experience a profound shift in how you view your life and relationships. The truth is, when you start prioritizing your own development, you create a foundation for healthier, more fulfilling interactions with the people around you. This transformation doesn't just affect your relationship with yourself, but also enhances your ability to engage with others in a more meaningful and authentic way. By choosing to invest in yourself, you stop relying on external validation or the approval of others to feel good about who you are, and instead you cultivate a deep inner confidence that radiates outward. This confidence is essential because it empowers you to build stronger relationships, especially romantic ones. When you are secure in your sense of self, you are not seeking validation or approval from others to feel worthy. This shift allows you to engage with your partner, friends, and family from a place of abundance rather than neediness. You no longer place the burden of your happiness or self-worth on another person. Instead, you come into your relationships as a whole and complete individual, someone who is actively working on becoming the best version of themselves. This authenticity fosters a healthier dynamic because it removes the pressure that often exists when one person depends too much on the other for emotional fulfillment. The act of personal growth also teaches you how to set boundaries effectively. Boundaries are vital in any relationship because they define where you end and where others begin. Without healthy boundaries, you risk losing yourself in the relationship, neglecting your own needs, and becoming emotionally drained. However, when you prioritize your growth, you begin to understand the importance of maintaining personal boundaries that protect your energy, well-being, and self-respect. By doing so, you create space for mutual respect in your relationships, allowing both you and others to thrive. In romantic relationships, specifically, boundaries help establish a balanced give-and-take dynamic. They allow you to express your desires, needs, and limits while also respecting the needs of your partner. When both individuals in the relationship are committed to personal growth, it creates a partnership where both people feel valued, understood, and supported. In contrast, when one partner is overly dependent on the other, it often leads to imbalance and emotional strain. By focusing on your own growth, you eliminate this unhealthy dependency, making the relationship more about mutual respect, trust, and emotional support. Investing in your growth also gives you the opportunity to develop emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is the ability to understand, manage, and express your emotions in a healthy way. It involves self-awareness, self-regulation, and empathy. When you work on growing emotionally, you become more equipped to navigate the ups and downs of any relationship. You are less likely to react impulsively to situations that trigger negative emotions, and you are better able to communicate openly and honestly with those around you. In romantic relationships, emotional maturity is particularly important because it allows you to handle conflicts constructively. Every relationship faces challenges, but how you deal with those challenges determines the health of the relationship. When you are emotionally mature, you can approach conflict with a calm, clear mind, focusing on finding solutions instead of escalating the problem. This ability to remain composed and rational, even in difficult situations, fosters a sense of security in your partner and strengthens the overall bond. Moreover, emotional growth allows you to build empathy, which is essential for connecting with others on a deeper level. Empathy enables you to put yourself in someone else's shoes, understanding their perspective and emotions without judgment. This fosters compassion and creates a safe space for open, honest communication. When you invest in your emotional growth, you become better equipped to listen, understand, and support those around you, including your partner. This ability to empathize strengthens your relationships and builds a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Another significant aspect of personal growth is the development of a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed over time with effort, perseverance, and learning. This mindset encourages you to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as obstacles. In relationships, a growth mindset enables you to approach difficulties with optimism and a willingness to learn from them. Instead of seeing a problem as something insurmountable, you approach it with the belief that you can find a solution, learn from the experience, and grow together as a couple. A growth mindset also prevents you from staying stuck in negative patterns or repeating the same mistakes. When you are committed to growth, you become more self-aware and able to recognize areas where you need improvement. This self-awareness allows you to identify unhealthy patterns in your behavior or in your relationships and take proactive steps to change them. As a result, you become more adaptable and resilient in the face of challenges, ensuring that you continue to evolve as a person and as a partner. Furthermore, focusing on your own growth enhances your ability to manage expectations. It's easy to have unrealistic expectations of others, especially in relationships. However, when you invest in your own growth, you learn how to manage your expectations and let go of the need for perfection. You understand that no one, including your partner, can meet all of your needs all the time. Instead of expecting others to constantly fulfill your emotional requirements, you take responsibility for your own happiness and well-being. This reduces the pressure on your partner and allows for a healthier, more realistic dynamic in the relationship. Investing in your growth also teaches you the value of self-care. In relationships, it's common to put the needs of others before your own, but this can lead to burnout and resentment. When you prioritize your personal growth, you recognize the importance of taking care of your own needs, both physically and emotionally. This commitment to self-care ensures that you are operating from a place of abundance rather than exhaustion. By taking care of yourself, you are better able to show up for others and contribute to the relationship in a healthy, positive way. Lastly, when you focus on your own growth, you gain the confidence to attract the right people into your life. As you develop into the best version of yourself, you naturally align with individuals who share similar values, goals, and aspirations. You begin to surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you to grow even further. In romantic relationships, this means that you attract partners who appreciate and respect you for who you truly are, not for what you can give them. You create a relationship based on mutual respect, trust, and a shared commitment to growth, rather than one that relies on external validation or emotional dependency. This shift allows for more fulfilling, sustainable connections that can last the test of time. When you dedicate yourself to investing in your growth, it's not just about improving your skills, knowledge, or emotional intelligence. It's about creating a mindset that nurtures resilience and independence. The true essence of growth lies in the recognition that you are the architect of your own life. This means that no matter what external circumstances arise, you hold the power to choose your response, shape your future, and determine how you navigate your challenges. When you start to embrace this power, you shift from being a passive observer of your life to an active participant in your own transformation. This transformation begins within, and it starts with the decision to stop waiting for someone else to show up in your life to heal you, to validate you, or to give you the recognition you feel you deserve. The truth is, while relationships can be incredibly fulfilling, relying on someone else to give you the validation you crave can create a sense of dependence that stunts your personal development. Instead of constantly looking outward for affirmation, you begin to realize that true fulfillment comes from within. You learn how to be self-reliant, not in a way that isolates you from others, but in a way that empowers you to build a life on your own terms. When you no longer place the responsibility for your happiness on others, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure, and this freedom is incredibly empowering. One of the first steps in this personal transformation is learning how to embrace discomfort. Growth is not a comfortable process. It requires stepping out of your comfort zone, challenging old beliefs, and confronting parts of yourself that you may have previously ignored. When you begin to invest in your own growth, you start to welcome discomfort as a sign of progress. Instead of running away from difficult situations, you begin to see them as opportunities to evolve. This shift in perspective is crucial because growth often requires that you face the unknown, confront your fears, and push past limiting beliefs. By doing so, you create the conditions for true transformation to take place. The more you embrace discomfort, the more you learn to thrive in situations that once seemed impossible. Over time, this strengthens your resilience and prepares you for the challenges that life throws your way. Investing in your growth also means learning to trust yourself. It's about cultivating self-belief and recognizing that you have the capacity to handle whatever comes your way. In the past, you may have doubted your ability to navigate tough situations or felt like you needed someone else's guidance to make decisions. But as you focus on your personal development, you begin to trust your intuition and judgment. You no longer feel the need to seek approval from others because you have come to understand that you are your own best expert. This self-trust empowers you to make decisions with confidence, whether it's about your career, your relationships, or your personal life. In romantic relationships, this self-trust is especially significant. It means that you are not waiting for someone else to complete you or make you feel whole. Instead, you are secure in the knowledge that you are already enough. This sense of self-sufficiency removes the pressure from your partner to fulfill all of your emotional needs, creating a healthier dynamic between you. You learn to love and respect yourself, and this self-respect flows into how you interact with others. This shift in mindset allows you to enter relationships from a place of strength rather than from a position of need. When you invest in yourself, you naturally raise your standards, attracting relationships that align with your values and vision for your life. As you grow, you also develop a sense of purpose. Purpose is what drives you, what gives your life meaning, and what propels you forward in times of doubt. When you invest in your growth, you start to uncover what truly matters to you, whether it's your career, your personal values, your relationships, or your creative pursuits. You begin to focus on the things that bring you joy and fulfillment, rather than chasing after things that society tells you should bring you happiness. This clarity of purpose keeps you motivated and gives you direction. When you are clear on what you want out of life, you are less likely to be swayed by distractions or the opinions of others. You learn to make decisions that align with your purpose, and this alignment gives you the energy and determination to move forward, even when things get tough. One of the most important aspects of growth is learning how to let go of past baggage. This could be emotional wounds, past mistakes, toxic relationships, or limiting beliefs that have held you back. When you decide to focus on your personal growth, you acknowledge the importance of healing from past hurts. Instead of carrying these burdens with you, you begin to release them, understanding that they do not define you. This process of letting go is freeing because it creates space for new opportunities, new relationships, and a renewed sense of self. By letting go of the past, you make room for the future, and you allow yourself to embrace new experiences without the weight of old baggage dragging you down. This process of personal growth also encourages you to develop a deeper understanding of your values and principles. When you know what you stand for, you are less likely to compromise your integrity for the sake of others. You learn to make decisions that align with your core beliefs, even when it's difficult. This inner strength gives you the courage to face challenges with confidence and to stand up for yourself when necessary. You no longer need to seek validation from others because you are rooted in your own sense of truth. This sense of inner clarity and conviction is magnetic. It attracts people who share your values and are aligned with your vision for the future. In relationships, this inner strength helps you to maintain your own identity, even while being emotionally connected to others. You are not defined by your partner or by the opinions of those around you. You remain true to who you are and what you stand for, regardless of external pressures. This strength allows you to engage in relationships from a position of mutual respect, rather than from a place of dependence or neediness. You recognize that healthy relationships are built on the foundation of two individuals who are whole in themselves and are coming together to share their lives rather than to complete each other. Furthermore, when you choose to invest in your growth, you unlock a deeper sense of gratitude for the journey you're on. You begin to appreciate the small victories, the lessons learned from setbacks, and the progress you make every day. This gratitude fuels your continued growth and reinforces the belief that every step, no matter how challenging, is moving you closer to your ideal life. It transforms the way you approach setbacks and difficulties as you begin to see them as opportunities for learning and growth rather than as roadblocks. Ultimately, when you focus on your growth, you create a life that is fulfilling, purposeful, and aligned with your true self. You no longer need to wait for external factors like someone else's actions or approval to dictate your worth or happiness. Instead, you become the creator of your own destiny, confident in your ability to navigate the ups and downs of life with resilience, grace, and purpose. Your journey becomes one of continuous evolution, where you constantly strive to become the best version of yourself, not for anyone else, but for you.